Hello, and welcome back to Factorio Atlantis. We are doing a production science build, and yes, it's taken forever. I'm trying to end up with something which is pretty and also functional. So we need to make the production science work. We need 10 productivity modules. That's 5 lots of 2. It turns out that this is roughly the build you need to get that to work. Now I'm looking at this build and thinking, how do I get the coils into the green? Normally you direct insert. All right. So what we how much does this use? So 0.2 of a transport belt in total. All right. So what we could do all right, let's use fast inserters just in case. Is that the right? There? Yep. Okay, so at the moment this is a coal line, possibly with iron on as well. This is a copper line shared here, so let's pull in copper there. All right. Then this needs copper. Putting out green circuits to the far side of this. And I'd rather do that one lower so that it's not fighting with this inserter. In fact, if I do it 2 let down, this inserter has time to see it. All right, so then we need to feed this with iron. And this build is starting to get a little bit wide, which isn't a problem. It's just, you know, I don't want builds which are too wide. Right, so then we have outputs here, and then that goes up. Okay. One option would be for this to be a split copper-iron line. The problem with that is how much copper do I need in total? Oh, 0.27 of a transport belt, and that is 243 items per minute, and then 90 of iron. So we could make a little smelting block which does that. Let's try that. Do I have furnaces? I'm playing a bit of a not enough things game here. Furnaces. All right. So we'd have something like this, where let's make this 3 because it's going to tile better as 3 than it is as 2. And then we'll work out the ratios in a minute. And why did I put down 4? All right, so this would be the standard sort of thing. So there, there, there. There, there, there. All right, then is this big enough? No. Perhaps I want to do it all with undergrounds. Can I do it with undergrounds? I sort of don't care about the build cost at this point. Okay, so that would be one of them. That would be the other. Okay, then can we fit a single power pole in here? Yes, we can. Okay, so that powers with a single power pole. Now, this is probably a silly idea anyway, because we probably don't need the same number of iron and copper smelters. In fact, we don't need the same number of iron and copper smelters. So we need 90 a minute of iron, and we need 243 of copper. Okay, let's put in... Okay, so we need 90 of this. That's already 75, so 3 iron machines is it. All right. Yeah, so that's already overkill. Can I request copper ore? There's a good question. Do I have any of these incoming? No. What's going on then? This is built. Oh, it's not powered. And there we go. Good. Good. So this is looking silly, isn't it? This is looking like we should have had a separate iron smelter from our copper smelter. Right, where was I? I was going to request some stuff. Right, we're good for platforms. Copper ore. Double check. So that's 112, and I need 90. Ooh, in that case, $85. $89.8. That's still way over. Slightly over, but in a way I'm happy with. All right. Do I have copper ore on the way? Yep, I do. Okay, so this is the input, this is the output. Ah, but we want it to line up with here. Okay, let's flip this around. That's it. Right, what can I dump? I don't need those platforms. Good. Then that's it. So that could go up there. All right. So what's the speed for these things? 150. That's not enough. 243 is what we need. $225. Put them over there for now. $300. And I need 243, I think. Yeah, 243. All right, what happens if I prob mod the smelters? $226. $283. $255. All right, so we're looking at that many smelters. Do I care? Yeah, I do. I care. But what we can do is move this down one. All right, so this is our other copper smelters. Now, the eagle-eyed among you will have noticed that this plan here will muck. There we go. That. Okay, so this is obviously going to go wrong because we're putting out plate on both sides of the belt. All right, let's double check we're doing this correctly. I'm not. That's right. So this is the output belt. So in, out, out, in, out, out. So in, sorry, in, out, out. That's better. All right, so these are ins, these are outs. Ins, out. Okay, so this is our output line. Now, we're putting copper onto both sides. We want to make sure all the copper is on the far side. But we have this extra space now. There we go. So now all the copper is forced to this side. These will continue putting on this side. Iron will get put on this side. We can power everything up. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Right, and I don't know where I want to put the final one. Right, this whole thing, I think, can join in like that. All right, let's have a look. Yep, I think that works. So that would be the natural place for the next power pole. That clashes with the coal. That doesn't. The other option is to do that. Okay. So this is looking like a nice unit now. Coal comes in here. The only thing we're missing is petroleum. We can choose where to bring that in. There are options. Particularly if I move that back. We can then put a pipe there and do that. Is that how I want it? I think I prefer that. Failing that, this whole... Yeah, I think that's how I want that. Good. So then the input here, let's mark this up with constant combinators. Am I requesting them? I can't see them. All right, let's go back here. All right, except this one is going to be copper rather than iron. Right, what do I not need in my requests? How am I doing for... I've got quite a few of those. Right, let's request some constant combinators. Just because they're useful for building. All right, so that's our build. And we need 5 of these. So let's get in the power poles, because that's the remaining thing. All right, this whole thing here, can we move everything around to make it easier to power? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 machines. 8 with that. So there is no good way to power this. Okay, that's a good start. So then we could do these 3 machines here. That leaves us with here. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so that is our build for prod mods. I feel like that's a reasonable amount of work to have done in one episode. So what are the other things we need? So for these potions, we need productivity modules, we need rail, and we need toasters. So the toaster build is going to be the next one. That's got a 4-fold symmetry, and that's going to be more expensive, but we will get that built, I think. We can obviously run the coal left to right or right to left. Dealer's choice. All right, that's it. before we leave, let's have a quick look at the map. How are we doing? All right, so this looks like we don't have all the corner roboports in place. No, don't think we do. Let's just whip around and do those. So next time we will do the... is that right? Yeah. So next time we will do the electric furnace build, which from memory is the one which really, really eats through your steel. And then we should have all the parts for prop mods, and we should be able to then assemble it all within a series of connected grid squares, which is really what we're aiming for. Thanks for watching. This base just makes everything very slow, so if you're getting frustrated with the pace, I'm sorry, it's just the way things are in this playthrough. But I'm quite enjoying not doing speed running, to be honest, and designing for aesthetics, which is not something I normally do. So anyway, I can do this when you're not watching. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you again soon for another exciting installment of Factorio Atlantis. Bye bye.